Right now, as you're watching this, notice what your mind is doing. You're automatically connecting these ideas to things that you already understand, deciding what feels useful and adapting your attention based on what matters to you. This same process has guided you through learning everything that you know, from language to relationships to skills you use in your work and your daily life. Your mind naturally recognizes patterns, it makes connections, and adapts information to fit your situation. Most education completely overlooks this. Today, we're simply going to notice how this process actually works when you're learning something new. Think about something that you do well. Maybe it's cooking. Maybe it's having conversation. Maybe it's managing your time. Maybe it's navigating social situations. When you engage in that activity, you're coordinating multiple types of intelligence. Your pattern recognition, timing, spatial awareness, reading people or situations, and making quick decisions. Here's an interesting question. When did you learn to do that thing well? Most people will point to some formal instruction or specific moment. Notice what was really happening. You already had the intelligence that the activity requires. Before any formal learning, you understood cause and effect from daily experience, pattern recognition from navigating life, decision making from countless daily choices, and social awareness from interacting with people. Any instruction that helped you simply made you notice these existing capabilities and coordinate them in a new context. You recognized how intelligence that you already possessed could be applied to new situations. The learning happened through recognition and coordination, not by installing something that wasn't there before. This same process happens whenever you learn something that actually sticks. You connect new information to intelligence that you already use. You recognize patterns that make sense to your existing understanding. You adapt the approach to fit how your mind naturally works. And you coordinate capabilities that you've been developing your whole life. Some people experience this naturally and learn quickly across different subjects. Others get stuck trying to acquire something that they think they lack rather than recognizing intelligence they already possess. When you approach learning by noticing existing intelligence, something shifts. Instead of, I don't understand this, you might ask, what do I already understand that applies here? Instead of depending entirely on instruction, you start recognizing your own learning patterns. This is about noticing how your mind actually works when learning feels natural and sustainable. If you start approaching learning this way, part of you might feel uncertain at first. You might think, this seems too simple. Shouldn't learning be more structured? If I already have this intelligence, why do some subjects feel so difficult? And where are the step-by-step methods that I'm used to? These responses are completely natural. You've likely been conditioned to learn by identifying what you lack rather than recognizing what you already possess. The intelligence you're using right now to understand these concepts, connect them to your experience, and decide if they're useful. That same intelligence can engage with any subject when the approach recognizes rather than overlooks your existing capabilities. What this looks like in practice is education that starts with your intelligence rather than with your gaps. Instead of, here are the things that you need to learn, you might encounter, here's intelligence you already use that applies to this area. Instead of, follow these exact steps, you might experience, notice how your mind naturally approaches this and build from there. Instead of fixing deficiencies, you might find yourself recognizing capabilities and learning to coordinate them more consciously. This approach works with how your mind naturally learns when the process isn't fighting against your existing natural intelligence. It doesn't mean everything becomes effortless. It does mean you're working with your natural learning patterns rather than against them. Your mind already knows how to learn. It's been doing it successfully your entire life. The question isn't whether you can learn, it's whether your educational approaches recognize and work with the intelligence you already possess. When they do, learning becomes less about acquiring and more about recognizing. Less about filling gaps and more about coordinating capabilities you're already developing. That's not just a different method. It's a fundamentally different relationship with your own intelligence. What's one thing you've learned to do really well and that you notice about how you learned it? Let us know in the comments.